What's going on? It's Brady over at Scape Haven. I got a great video for any landscape or hardscape installation company that finds themselves struggling to book more estimates, close more jobs, and overall struggling to scale their company. In this video, I put together some of the best strategies that are proven to significantly boost your conversion rates. These strategies are all going to be very important to have implemented into your company when you're looking to take it to the next level. So stick around. I hope you enjoy, and let's get right into it. So jumping right into it here, we're looking to quickly close more jobs. So what typically causes jobs to fall through? Number one, competition. There's too many contractors all trying to bid on the same job. This is a problem that I see a lot when people are relying on third-party lead vendors like HomeAdvisor, Angie's List, Thumbtack, all of those, because they take people in your area that are looking for a project and then they give it to all the contractors in your area looking to get that job. So now you're left competing against all the other landscapers in your area for the same exact job. And ultimately, the person who gets the job is probably just undercutting the others on their price. And that's not a good way to scale. You don't want to have to lower your price just to get a new job. I like to call that the race to the bottom. Now, speaking of price, that can also be a reason why jobs may fall through. You may give a much higher estimate than other landscapers in your area. And even if your company provides higher quality work, you use better materials, you use better practices, you still may lose the job because of your price. As I just mentioned, I don't recommend just lowering your price in order to get a new job, but I would say it's very beneficial to have in-house financing options available for the homeowners. That way, if they're really on the fence, they really want to go with your company, but your price is just too high, you're able to help them finance their project and you still end up getting paid. Everybody wins. Another thing that factors into a homeowner choosing a certain company is your reputation or lack of reputation. I say it all the time, we are in a digital era and your social presence is going to be a direct link to your company and your brand. If you don't really look good online, a lot of people aren't even going to consider you in real life. That's just the way it is. So if they can't find you on Instagram, Facebook, Google, or maybe your pages are run down, they don't look good, they look old, outdated. Maybe you've got no reviews on Facebook, no reviews on Google, or maybe you got a couple bad reviews. These are all things that people really take into consideration these days because they rely so much on the internet to give them the information that they're looking for. I'm definitely not saying you have to spend your entire budget on making sure you look good on social media, but it is something to think about, something you're going to want to make sure is up to date. But you can also look at this as an opportunity to close more jobs. If a homeowner does request a quote from you and multiple other landscapers in your area, and they do look you all up on the internet, and you're the only one with updated pages, lots of reviews, all of your sites look good, and all the other contractors, they can't even find them, you are automatically going to have a much higher chance of closing this job, and you didn't even have to speak to the homeowner yet. Next, some jobs are going to fall through if you have a limited skill set or specialization, meaning there are just certain things that you and your company aren't specialized in and you don't do. For example, let's say a homeowner wants turf installation, hardscape, and a new pool. You may do turf and hardscape, but you don't do pools. This is bound to happen eventually. If you notice that you are losing a lot of jobs because of one specific thing that your company doesn't do, the best way to avoid this is to either just take the time to learn that skill set or make sure that you have a good subcontractor that is able to fulfill that service for you. Now, lastly, and probably the biggest thing that is causing you to lose a lot of job is just poor communication. There's no speed to lead in your company, especially when you're getting a lot of your leads from digital marketing through ads or whatever it is. Speed to lead is key with these leads because you're essentially trying to turn a stranger into a paying customer. And what very few landscape contractors fail to realize is it's really a lot easier than you think, and it's going to significantly boost your conversion rates simply just by reaching out faster. So let's get right into how to implement speed to lead. So it's exactly what it sounds like. It's how quickly you reach out to a new lead. The best timing is between 5 to 10 minutes of receiving the lead. Now, as we mentioned before, when a homeowner is looking to have a new project done, they're probably going to request estimates from 3 to 5 different companies. But what you probably didn't know is the contractor who reaches out first is 75% more likely to get the job. And having that speed to lead, reaching out within 5 to 10 minutes, is going to make you 9 times more likely to interact with the homeowner and actually have that meaningful conversation with them about the project that they're looking to have done. And this seems really simple, but below 40% of contractors are responding within the first hour. So really, this is leaving a bunch of opportunity for your company to come in and have this speed to lead and start closing more jobs. So having speed to lead is going to look a little bit like this. That first initial call, hopefully it's 5 to 10 minutes after the lead comes in. It's really the digging and gathering information on the project they're looking to have done. It's very important that you find their desires and their pain points. Now, when I talk about pain points, obviously I'm not talking about physical pain, but something is causing them to want landscaping to be done. There's something they don't like about their yard, something that's bothering them, and they want it changed. So as you're speaking with them and gathering information, once you find what that pain point is, you really need to press on it and let them know that you can solve their pain. You can fix it, you can make their yard look better, and you can bring their visions to life. You're also going to want to make sure you find out the time frame on which they're looking to have this project done, and you're going to want to get them booked in for an estimate. And you will be able to book more estimates when you have this speed to lead, because whatever it is that they did to become a lead, maybe you're running Facebook ads and they filled out your Facebook form. If you call them 5 to 10 minutes after they filled out that form, they're probably still thinking about landscaping. They're in the landscaping mindset. So now you get on the phone with them while they're still in that state. You start talking about their project, start talking about their desires, what they want to have done. Chances are you're going to be able to book them in for an estimate. So if you do this for every single lead and you keep booking estimates, the more estimates you book, the more jobs you're going to be able to close. But obviously, everything's not picture perfect. So maybe you do reach out within 5 to 10 minutes, but they don't pick up the phone. Maybe they were on their lunch break and they had to go back to work. Whatever it is, sometimes you're not going to be able to get them on that initial phone call, even if you call within 5 to 10 minutes. So what do? You need to be leaving a voicemail. You need to be leaving a text and an email. You want to make sure they have the information that they need to get on the phone with you and get them to the next steps. It's also good that on that first day, if you call them initially and they don't pick up, it's okay to call them a second time on that very first day. The key is to just keep reaching out and have consistency with it, but not blowing up their phone. Now, speaking of consistency, that brings us over to point number 3. So a lot of contractors, they're going to call on the first day, they're going to call on the second day, and then they maybe just assume that the lead isn't really interested and they stop reaching out. They toss the lead to the side. If you handle leads like this, you're going to end up losing out on a lot of jobs, because in reality, you don't really know what is happening in the lead's life. They may have filled out your form and then got sick, and they haven't really checked their phone or their email within the next 3 days. But if you're calling and leaving messages on the second day, the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, your chances of getting on the phone with them are going to be increased significantly, and it's really just going to show the lead that you care. You know that they're interested in their company and you're reaching out to them. That's all it is. Now, obviously, these texts and emails need to be structured a certain way to make sure you're not just annoying them or being rude or really salesy. So I'm going to be giving you some examples of what to say in your texts and emails at the end of this video. Now, our fourth point is lead nurturing, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You are nurturing the leads in order to keep them warm and keep them familiar with your company. All this is a sequence of emails that you send out periodically over a 6-month span. We're going to be going over that a little bit more in just a little bit. So now we've kind of talked about what speed to lead is, what it looks like, but now I'm going to be telling you exactly how you can get this implemented into your company, what kind of steps you can take to make sure you have the best speed to lead and make sure that you can start closing more jobs. So first, when it comes to that initial call that we want to go out 5 to 10 minutes after the lead comes in, there are multiple ways that you can do this. Now, as a company owner, I know you're probably busy. You probably have other stuff that you're doing every day, and you don't have time to just sit by your computer and wait for a lead to come in so you can call them. This is where it can be very beneficial to have dedicated team members that are specifically trained to just call these leads. This can be a sales rep, a business partner, even a family member, as long as somebody is reaching out to these leads quickly from your company. The person calling them doesn't have to know the exact design and build process. They don't have to know exactly what it's going to cost. All they're looking to do is find out what ideas the lead has, what the time frame looks like, what they're looking to have done, and they're just making sure that the lead knows that we've received their information and that we're going to be in contact with them soon. You just want to be in contact with the lead quickly so they know that you care. They know that you're on top of things. It just makes your company look better, right? Because if they are requesting quotes from other companies, they're probably not going to be reaching out within 5 to 10 minutes. But if you really don't have somebody on your team that is able to do this, so for our clients, we get them private leads off of Facebook ads. So then when a lead comes in, each client is going to have their own internal sales agent that is going to reach out to these leads within that 5 to 10 minutes and send them a description of the lead. So this is an option for you as well. There are multiple online vendors that provide these sales agents. It's going to be a great option and a great investment to have that speed to lead. But if you don't have anyone on your team that can make these calls within 5 to 10 minutes, you don't want to get an internal sales agent. Your only option is really you taking the calls yourself. The best way to do this is just going to be to block out a time every day where you're just sitting down and calling leads. You're especially going to want to focus on the latest leads that have come in, but you're also going to want to make sure that you're calling leads from previous days. You'll want to call leads anywhere from 4 to 5 days out since they've been received. Then at that point, after the 5th day, they're going to be placed into our nurturing sequence. Now, in addition to having that first call with the lead, you also want to have texts and emails, as I mentioned previously. Now, the best and easiest way to do this is just have it automated. So when a lead comes in, they automatically get sent a text and an email that's already written out for you. The reason why this is so important is because even if you aren't able to get on that initial phone call with the lead, they still have a text and an email that is letting them know what to do next and giving them more information. And I said it before, but with digital leads, the key is just making sure that they have information available as quickly as possible. Because when you're getting leads from digital marketing, you're essentially turning a stranger who may have just been seeing your company for the first time, you're trying to turn them into a paying customer. And it's not really like you're just trying to get them to buy a $10 product on Amazon. You're trying to get them to invest in landscaping. So they're going to need a little bit of information about you before they can commit to that, before they can even commit to scheduling an estimate with you. So that is why we stress the speed to lead. Contact them quickly, send them texts and emails so they have something to look at. They have a solid idea of what the next step moving forward is going to look like, and they're also provided with a way to get more information. So like we talked about above, we're not just reaching out to them on that first call, we're also reaching out in the following days. So over the next 4 or 5 days of the lead being received, you're going to want to block out a time to, again, keep calling them, keep sending them texts, and keep sending them emails. So I've got a little chart put together here on what that kind of looks like. So the day the lead is received, you're calling them once, maybe even twice, leaving a voicemail, and sending an email and a text message. Day 2, again, you want to call them, leave a voicemail, and send them a text. Day 3, call them again. This time, send them an email. Day 4, I left blank, so you can kind of just give them a little bit of space. Again, you don't want to be blowing up their phone completely, but you can call them and send them a text again. The more times you reach out, the better. Unless they're responding to your text saying, please do not contact me, I am not interested. Just keep reaching out, because a lot of people will do that. If they notice the same numbers calling them, they're getting text from the same number. If they don't want to get text from you, they're just going to tell you to stop. But if somebody had filled out your lead forms, or you would receive this lead with their phone number, you're under the impression that they want landscaping. So you should be reaching out to them. Then on the 5th day, again, another call and text message. Then at that point, if we still haven't received any sort of contact from the lead, we're just going to place them into your nurturing sequence. So the messages and emails can be automated for this. I would highly suggest doing that so you don't have to sit down and send texts, send emails every single day for all of the leads that you're getting. If you have no idea how to do any of that automation stuff, you're not really familiar with it, just reach out to me, leave a comment, and I will walk you through. I can put together a video and walk you through exactly the best softwares to do these automations, how to set them up, what to say, and how to make sure that they're working properly. I didn't want to put all that in this video because it would just get really lengthy, and I kind of just want to get to the point on exactly what you should be doing. But if you want to implement this stuff and you want it to be automated and as easy as possible, just leave a comment below and I will get you hooked up on how to do that. So now all of the leads who haven't responded are then placed into our nurturing system, which is really just a sequence of fun, non-salesy emails that are just meant to keep the leads warm. Like I said, we don't want to be blowing them up even after it's months after they sent in the lead form. These emails are going to be scheduled to be sent out periodically over a 6-month span. Typically, it's going to be 1 or 2 at most emails a week. And again, they're non-salesy, but the goal is just to give them more information and remind them that they were once interested in landscaping services. Because like I said before, you don't know what's going on in their life. They may have filled out your lead form and then somebody gets sick and they just can't pay for landscaping right now. But if you have these nurturing sequences going, it may be 3 months down the road, they see one of your emails, they remember that they want landscaping done, and now you're the first company on their mind because you've been sending them emails all this time, reaching out, making sure they're okay, making sure they know what to do when they're ready to get their landscaping done. So this whole time that these emails are going, you're just kind of building trust with the lead, and again, just keeping them warm. So again, this is going to be easiest when automated. And if you want to know how to do that, just comment below. But if you don't want to have them automated, the best way to do it is to just, again, block out a time once a week to sit down, write an email, and send it out to all the leads that are on your nurturing list. All right, so I kind of just wanted to hop into the software that we use for our automations for our clients. And in case you're just confused, like you don't even really know what I'm talking about when I say automations, I just kind of want to show you what it looks like if you were to get all this stuff automated. So all these texts, all these emails, they're all sent out on their own. So up here at the top, you can just see the trigger, which for us, like I said, we get our leads from Facebook ads. That way they're private and only my client has access to them. So that's the trigger. Once the lead comes in, my client is then notified through an email and they get all their information, their name, email, phone number. Then the lead is sent an email saying, thank you for your interest. Here's the next step. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to be reaching out to you very soon. They're also going to be receiving a text message that's saying essentially the same thing. And next, the automation is waiting for a response. So it'll wait a day, check for a response. And if there is a response, it's going to send my client the response of what the lead had said. So then they can further reach out to them. But then if the lead doesn't respond to our initial text, they're going to get another email and another text. So it's pretty much just that cycle over and over again, all automated for you. All the emails and text messages are pre-typed out. They're able to automatically insert the lead's name so it's more personalized. It really just saves a bunch of time in the process. Again, having this automated, it's not 100% necessary. It is going to save you time, but even if you can't automate it, I would 100% suggest that you are sending emails and texts very soon after the lead comes in, just to make sure that they have more information, they know that you care, and they have an opportunity to follow up with you. Then for the nurturing sequence, the automation is essentially the same thing, except it's mainly just emails. They're all pre-typed up, and just the wait times are longer in between. So it'll be send an email, wait about a week, send another email, wait about a week, check for responses. Hopefully you get the point. Next, I want to show you an example of what the internal sales agent does for our clients. So again, the internal sales agent is someone who is going to be calling each of your leads 5 to 10 minutes after they're received. And then I mentioned that they send a detailed description of the conversation that they had with the lead, and it's sent directly over to the client. So here is an example of that. This is what the text message is going to look like. It's going to say the name of the person that they spoke with, their number. They're then going to give them a lead rating of 1 through 10, and they're going to give them a reason for that rating. And then they're just going to give you notes on the call, what they talked about, the type of project they're looking to have done, the time frame, even some information about their budget. So that's how our internal sales agents do it. If you want to model it the same way for the people that you have calling your leads, I would highly suggest that. It's very efficient. It's a very good way to really just quickly get an idea on what the lead wants to have done. That way you can determine if this is going to be a qualified lead and a job that you want to take on at the time. So that's pretty much it for this video. Again, the main focus is just on speed to lead. If you're getting leads from any digital source, Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads, whatever it is, speed to lead is going to be extremely key when it comes to converting these leads. The strategies we talked about today are the best way to do it. They're going to be the most efficient and most effective for your company. Reaching out quickly, sending texts and emails, continuing this process day to day, and having a nurturing system for all the leads that did not respond. At the end of the day, reaching out too many times is always going to be better than not reaching out enough. It's better to have a lead that responds saying, I'm not interested, rather than losing a lead to one of your competitors simply because you just didn't reach out enough. So again, if you want more information on how to automate this, how we do it for our clients, or maybe if you are interested in becoming a private client, just comment down below. I'll also leave a link to book a call with our team if you want to speak more about this. And I'll also leave a link to our website where you can get more information. And I'll also leave a link to our Facebook group, which is exclusive for landscape and hardscape installation company owners. Inside of the group, you'll have access to weekly videos, weekly tips, and as soon as you join, you're going to be sent a step-by-step walkthrough on exactly how we set up our ads for our clients. So if you want to see exactly how we get qualified private leads for our clients, just join the Facebook group. It's free, and you're going to be emailed the exclusive training. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.